All right, so far we have been asking you all these questions and thank you very much for answering them patiently. But before we finish this interview, do you have any questions for us? This is one of those interview questions which personally I have struggled immensely as well in the past, where at the end of the interview, you are done with the interview and then your potential employer asks you if you have any questions for them. And for the longest time, I used to think, well, what should I ask them which is not offensive of my employer, but still puts me in a good light to them. So I thought to make this video to help you guys if you are in a similar situation. Stay tuned to learn more. Hi everybody, this is Dr. Sameen Ashraf. I'm a full-time academic in the UK and I'm making these YouTube videos to help you guys in your journey. So continuing my series of getting hired and how you can really unlock that dream job of yours. Today's video is focused on that one question which employers ask you normally at the end of the interview. That if you have any questions for them after answering all of their questions smoothly, hopefully. Most of the times, if you're not prepared for this question, you would fumble, like I used to do. But nothing to worry about, because today's video is all about that. Now, again, to begin with, let's try to find out the motivation behind that question. First of all, this question is being asked to understand your aspirations and also your mindset for your own career growth. Because the employer wants to understand, if we do hire this person, does this person have the right drive? Does this person have the aspirations, not only to fulfill their own personal goals, but also how can they really help us, the organization, while pursuing their personal goals? And if these two things are aligned, then there you go. They found the right match for themselves. All right, after understanding the key motivation behind that kind of a question, now let's dive into what kind of questions you can ask your employer which would put you in a good light for them, shall we? Number one, you should ask them about your day-to-day responsibilities. Now, I know you would have seen the job description before you applied for the job, you have put through your CV and whatnot, but still it's extremely important for you to understand your day-to-day job responsibilities, because your job description does not tell you how each of your day would be spent at the job. So if you ask that question, it gives the impression that you're really keen to get this job, and also therefore you want to think ahead and prepare yourself well when you do get the job. Question number two, extremely important. Always ask about your progression opportunities. Yes, you're good and therefore you would get the job. There's no doubt about that. But how can you really progress in your career? Never think twice before asking that question, because you need to understand that you are the sole owner of your own career and you should drive your career yourself and don't leave it in your employer's hands. So you need to know, if you join that company, whichever company that is, how they can help you to progress, not only professionally but also personally, so that when you move forward, in a year time, 2 years time, or whenever, you have the right skills to move forward in the right direction for yourself. Another important question which you should ask is about the culture of the company. Now, in my previous videos, which you can find somewhere here, which also have been about some questions, most commonly asked questions on the job interview settings, culture plays an immensely important role in any job. And when you ask that interviewer to talk to you about their company culture, you are hitting the right spot in understanding how do these people look at their company, how do these people really value their company culture, and therefore are you the right fit for that company or not? The next question is very practical, which is you would ask the employer about the team you would be working with. Most of the times when we get a job, we are put in a department or a division, or perhaps a small group of people you'll be working with. And so you need to understand and you need to know what kind of people you will be working with, because again, that's important for your personal well-being, that's important for your professional growth, and that's also very important for you to have a good experience at your workplace. So do ask them about the team you'll be working with. You can also ask them about the future of this company. So you can ask them, for example, where this company is headed in the next 3 to 5 years. Remember, you can always reverse question your interviewer, because normally they would answer that question, which I'm going to make my next video on, that tell me, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Now here is your opportunity to ask the same question to them. Why? Because again, that's going to help you in your future career planning, and also you can see that if you would still like to work with them, based on their aspirations, or perhaps you would like to move on based on the skills you'll gain from this job. And finally, just to bring that personal element into your question, you can ask your interviewer, what do they enjoy about their job? Because you see, it's not only about you. These people are working here for some time as well. They know the company to say, well, I've been interviewed. Now let me ask you the same question, that what do you enjoy about your job? And what still keeps you motivated, and what still keeps you progressing in the same company? Because by asking that question, you are also bringing the personal element, but equally you're making them think about the fact that you have thought through all the questions you wanted to ask them as well. So these are a few of the questions which you can ask your employers in your interview. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much for watching this video. It really means a lot. And yeah, don't forget to share your comments and feedback somewhere in the comments. Up until next video. Take care. Bye.